They all are. Jesse Kelly is the host of the Jesse Kelly Radio Show in Houston. He has himself been a victim of tech censorship, and we're proud to have him on tonight. Jesse, thanks very much for coming on. So what strikes you more, the willingness of Twitter and other social media companies to just censor things they don't like, or their complete lack of self-awareness when asked about it?
I think they're extremely self-aware, Tucker. They're aware of the fact that other than that interview right there and people like your show, nobody's going to ask them the tough questions. And I'm not surprised about them censoring. That's what totalitarians do. They censor things off. And we as conservatives had better wake up to the fact that we have a cultural war with socialism in the United States of America right now. And the socialists control all the supply lines, and conservatives wonder why we're starving to death.
That's exactly right. And I should say, I think I don't know the guy who asked the question. I think it's Tim Pool, and I think he's a leftist, but an honest one, and good for him. But you're absolutely right that they're never pressed on this by anybody except in the most sort of sensitive way, Robin Roberts interviewing Jussie Smollett kind of why are you so wonderful way. And that confuses me because journalists have everything at stake in the First Amendment. They should be opposed to censorship. They usually have been. Why are they no longer opposed to it?
Because journalists want to be eaten last. All the journalists are socialists, just like the tech guys are, just like all the media is, just like Hollywood is. All the journalists just want to be aligned with the socialists that are in charge of the government at the end. But conservatives had better wake up, and they'd better realize that making your living just off these tech platforms is dangerous. It spells trouble. It's like inviting Ilhan Omar to your kid's bar mitzvah.
I mean, if only conservatives controlled a branch of government or a chamber of Congress, maybe someone would do something about it. I mean, why aren't the conservative office holders who wield power doing anything to protect their voters and America and the Bill of Rights itself?
Well, Tucker, they should. They should be treating these tech companies like publishers. They are publishers. They censor out conservatives. They only censor out conservatives. And they've never censored out liberals off there, so they should change their tax status. And that's what these tech companies are most scared of. But then again, you and I both know Congress is going to screw that up, too. Congress can't do anything right. Congress couldn't sell cat litter at an event for feminists.
I'm not allowed to laugh at that, so I'm not. I'm just going to nod like I don't even understand what you're saying. Okay, so if Elizabeth Warren comes out, who I don't think I haven't made a lifetime habit of complimenting, if she comes out and says, let's break up the tech companies, let's get this under control, why wouldn't Republicans ally with her in that one thing?
Because I think if you give Elizabeth Warren that kind of power, what's she going to grab next? Yeah, it sounds nice to break up Amazon and Google and these things that frankly, they scare me too, how big and powerful they are. And I know they scare you. But once you give Elizabeth Warren that kind of power, then that hungry animal's not going to stop there. She's going to start looking at people like you and me, and you know we're going to get eaten next.
You're going to break up your house. You know, it's probably a fair point. You're a wise man. Jesse, great to see you. Thank you.